Yep. Okay, everyone, welcome to our Turbo Tuesday training tonight. And we thought it was very fitting to have a conversation and a training around this amazing new document. And so, as you can see up on the screen, we have a single page option and we have a double page option. So from the single page, the double page, the words are taken from our new website. So it's slightly changed a little bit in the actual language, and some of them you will be able to pick up from the new website. If you haven't seen the new website, that's where I got some inspiration from. And so I thought it was really important to give you an idea what this brochure is for, how to use it, and why it came about. And so we'll go through it, but for me personally, this is your personal brochure. This is not something you just send out to people, but we're going to talk you through the process on how it's going to best help your business. So it's virtually giving you a snapshot of everything. So whether you use the single page or whether you use the double page just takes you a little bit more right through into the steps. So we're going to go through the slides now, and let's just fully get an understanding of how we can own this. Own it personally, put your stamp on it, and really feel into the brochure and not just see it as just someone else's form and not be able to really gel with it. So no point having all this if we can't use it for our business. Right now, I just want to sit in a place of really understanding what the purpose is for this document. I'm just trying to hide everyone. Okay. So as I mentioned, it's a business snapshot and a tool, and that's why we've kind of numbered the steps as well. So we introduce the company. We can then give a backstory of the global vision. There's some wellness data information that we can refer to. There's also a section on building a team and the growth. It's showing a duplication system. So people listening and watching to this can really look at that and think, wow, if they can do it, I can do it, because it just seems we want it to look like a very simple formula. With the easy points to follow, it's going to foster and help your knowledge on the company, especially for those people that are in the weeks and the early months with us. And the purpose, again, is to help build your confidence. And then with that confidence will come education on financial and physical freedom is our end goal. And bringing awareness to yourself and to the person you're talking to that we solve the two biggest challenges of today, and that's inflation and inflammation. So this is the second part. This is the second part of the, so I'm talking through the double-sided brochure tonight, only because there's 10 steps and you can use either one, but I thought it was appropriate that we follow the double-sided one for this exercise. So the purpose is to help you lead with the business. And I personally, and a lot of people from beginning, we kind of fall in love with the product because we hear so many testimonies, we have our own story, and you can't get away from that sometimes. But this is going to help you find all the information in one place. You'll be able to see a vision for the financial future. You'll be able to see there'll be enough information on this sheet for people to get started. Obviously, everyone's different, and some people would like to know more. But given the information, when you take it through with them and ask the questions, there certainly is enough information there. There's a projection of earnings and income. So you'll be able to go through and ask a lot of questions along the way. So it's not just doing all the talking. There's a lot of opportunities to open it up for, how would you feel? Those sorts of things when it comes to the income. And then there's the fast track team growth using duplication and compounding. And so you're able to touch on that business aspect, especially those people that really want to run with it, and you will get the feel of that. The clear dot points to follow, so it's really laid out very clearly for people. The confidence in the reward system, so it's helping and educating yourself, knowing what Vidify offers and understanding the Rapid Pro, because sometimes we don't talk to people about the business because we're unsure. So this brochure is meant to give you the confidence on that level that you may not have considered before. Also, the proof of return on investment with rewards. So by following the system, they're able to recover their money very quickly, and that's exciting. And I know I sat in a place of some of the girls in my team when they saw money in their back office so quickly. Oh, it was like they were just overjoyed. It was quite funny actually, but it was a wonderful feeling to see those dollars. So we're going to go through the document now. We're going to understand what the points refer to. So if you've got a copy in front of you as well, again, I want you to feel right into it. I don't want it to be just a piece of paper with writing on it. I really want you to kind of feel one with it. So point number 1, it's going to cover an overview of 5 areas of the Vidify story. And you'll be able to intertwine this in your conversation when you get started. Point number 2 is going to cover the unique, revolutionary product that we all have and love, which is the golden drops. And you'll be able to cover that little bit of story and technology. Then there's point number 3. It just gives them something else for you to say as a matter of fact. Having this data fact on curcumin is amazing, and it really puts you in a place of just knowing some research about curcumin and be able to show them that it's projected to be 206 billion in 2033, and how would they like a piece of that? So it's really nice to be able to talk with some sort of authority and knowledge on your subject. And point number 4, we then move into the Vidify business model. We show a comparison from our business to traditional business. Point number 5 takes you to then be able to open up the door to be able to give them options to 3 different ways of earning. So you're able to then touch on and find what is going to be something that could be suitable to them. You might be talking to someone who is a physio, or that own a beauty shop or a gym, or, they could just be interested in wholesaling the product. So having this information and knowledge behind you and having it in a form like this just gives you and keeps you on track to be able to make sure you touch on all these things. Okay, so how do we use the document? And we can, sorry, we're continuing. We haven't got up to point 10. So this is a continuation. So this is the back page. So number 7 is talking about the business builder and the rewards. Now, unless they're a red person, and I say red because sometimes people will ask you more questions in depth, and that's where you can get them on a 3-way call, you can follow up later, but they just need to know that there is a process in place to be able to really go. And this is a great opening question. How would you feel if you could earn or bring into the household an extra 1,000, 2,000, 5,000? If you don't want to go up to 10, that's fine. But even an extra 1,000 for a lot of people would make a huge difference. But don't be afraid. That's why it's written there 1 to 10 plus, because some people will will have that big vision in sight. And so therefore, it gives you the confidence to be able to have that right in front of you as you're talking through this document with them. And you'll be able to touch on, and there's travel, and there's all these wonderful incentives. But one of the biggest incentive is the global founder, and you're going to be able to touch on that on point number 8. And so you'll be able to talk about the new markets that are opening, and it's a very limited time with the global founder pool. Number 9 covers the business kits, and it is an investment. I've put the word investment in there because they're investing in their health, they're in their wellness, they're investing for a financial future if they're looking at the business. And so if you talk the right language, they will take you seriously and they'll see the big picture. And so these images are quite small. On a phone, they will really expand. And so you'll be able to see the numbers. And I've put the number of bottles in there. I've put an approximate price. And we all know that the dollar is up and down. And these prices are always an approximate. But at least people like to look at the saving. And often people will go for something for the volume and the saving. So that's why I turned it around and I put the big one first, and you can always come back rather than starting with the small one and going up. And then number 10 talks about the success system, and this is the terminology on our new website. When you look at the opportunity, they talk about a success system. There's a lot of tongue twisters here tonight. And it's all about duplication and the rewards along the way for just sharing and doing what you do best. Okay, now points to remember when we use this document. And look, you're going to find what works for you, but I really want to stress this is your guide. This is your guide when sharing the business, either by phone, in person, or maybe you've booked a Zoom, maybe you've booked a 3-way call. And it's a great way to do a 3-way call with the person. You could share the first page and your upline could do the second page. As you get more confident, you could do the whole document. But it is something that you need to book a time with, whether you're going to go through it in person or whether you're going to meet them in a coffee shop. You want to have this document right in front of them so they see that, wow, I could do this business because this person is copying from this beautiful document and it's giving them step by step all the points to cover of the information that they will need to make a decision at the end, which way they want to join us or partner with us. And so it's not something that you would just send to someone on their phone. It's not a brochure to talk about the product. It's not a brochure to do the work for you. It is a tool for you to keep you on step so you build the confidence to be able to lead with the business and bring the product and the business as one. You would only leave the document in someone's hands once they are really, really showing interest that they're ready to go to the next stage, because they may have been so impressed, they may have already half made up their mind, they're already thinking of other people and they want that piece of paper straight away. So you've got to kind of feel into that, because again, this is your sheet. This is your sheet to keep you on track. This is your guide to help you explain the business. And then the last one on the bottom here, make it your own and share your testimony and your why. And that will all come into it as you're talking through it. So I just wanted to cover some points before we then go down and break up the brochure. So the outcome from implementing this system. So what do you expect by using this brochure? What are you going to expect that it's going to help you in your business. So I felt that you would, number one, you'd develop some new skills, how to lead with the business and the vision of Vitify, not just the product. So we all know how wonderful the product is, but sometimes we prejudge people or we're not quite sure how to take them to that next level. So we're just sitting comfortable in that comfort zone area of just letting them wait and see what results they might get, okay? So sharing your why and your passion for change. Now, the change will be, maybe it's your financial change. You've got some really big goals and you want your wellness back on track and you need, you've got a why to, on a financial level. So it's good to kind of, again, give your why and share what is special to you. The outcome from this system will give you a personal understanding and a knowledge of the company and the business. You'll start to understand different types of people, how they interact with you, and you'll pick up some ideas on some people really are ready to go into it. Other people take a long time to make a decision. Some people want more information. Some people may just want to be a wholesale customer and use the product, but it will give you the confidence to be able to say, look, this may or may not be of interest to you, but it wouldn't be right if I didn't share the whole picture of what we've got here on offer. So it gives you the confidence to share the whole lot without stopping at the product. Also, the system gives the new person the confidence to share with others very quickly and will be rewarded. So often people like a system. They like to know, if I do this, I'll get this. Oh, so I get this brochure as well. I can use this. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Everything's all here. And that's what we want people to have, that confidence that they're with us 100%. And we're going to be with them, helping them and nurturing them along the way. But the biggest thing is you want to be able to grow a very strong and duplicatable team. So you want the team to be able to pick up and move forward with confidence as quickly as possible. And that's some of the outcomes. And I'm sure there's so many more. Once you start using this, it'll be great to come back, because I'm going to give you some homework, but I'm going to stop the share and come back for question and answer. But I also want to just say that just understanding when something comes out like this, you want to use it straight away, or you want to send it to someone straight away because you're so excited about it. But if you can have a plan of action, will be the biggest takeaway tonight. Okay, don't think the brochure is going to bring all these people to you. You want to give it the I'm trying to think of the word. Give it respect, all that information, and give it the level of courtesy of booking a time with that person to really go through it together. So I would suggest a meeting and then say, I'm going to send something to you that we're going to go through together, because the way it's really written to help you. And so I am going to talk through the brochure with you now. If you have got a copy of it, I might not get it all done, but let's see how we go. Lucia, would you like to come on? And we're going to do a little bit of a role play.
Of course, Jen.
Lovely. Thank you, my student. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm going to say, but let's give it a shot. So I'm going to, Lucia already knows a little bit about it. So let me just work out what we're going to do here. I think we're going to meet, we're sitting side by side, Lucia.
Okay, yeah.
We're sitting in a coffee shop and let's go. Okay. Hi, Liv here. It's great that you could meet me today. I'm so excited to share my journey of the last few months. As I mentioned on the phone, my life has completely turned upside down, inside out. I'm so excited that I never envisaged I would be in this place. And so I really want to thank you for meeting me today. And I've got so much to share with you. So thank you.
It sounds really interesting, Jen. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Yeah, so let's have our coffee and have a chat.
Excellent. Well, as you can see, I've got this document that I'm going to follow along and keep myself on track. I
Yep.
find it a great tool. It's really helped me in my business, and it's so much to share with you, from the early beginnings of the company to the product that we've got and to the business model that we find is working extremely well for securing people's financial future. So
Yeah.
just a bit of a story about Vitify itself. So they've got a patented biotechnology which delivers products unparalleled. So there's virtually nothing else like it on the market. Like, this is just something that is just next level. And what I've personally experienced with my testimony, I just never envisaged anything like it that could give me the wellness that I'm experiencing today. Now, this company started back in 2017, believe it or not. So it's been going a little while. It's a proprietary owned company. Look, they've already covered millions in sales. They're opening new markets all the time. The projection of rapid growth is right in front of us. Like, we've got the world, the potential of the global market and the impact is huge. Actually, we're launching in Australia in July, and I'd love to invite you to that launch. So we'll talk more about that at the end of our coffee. But first
I
of
love
all, our
that.
product. Look,
Mhm.
our product is revolutionary. The idea of the fusion of nature, which is our curcumin tradition. It's been used over 4,500 years. And I know that you told me you know about curcumin, right?
Yep, I do. I know a little bit about curcumin.
And so we've got it. It's united with science, with this really, really unique biotechnology. It's called BioMS.
Yep,
And so we've been able to solve the biggest issue in the supplement market, and that's absorption. And so the current products out there, as good as they are, they're just not as effective because they haven't been able to stay in the body long enough.
yep.
So I
Good
can
work.
share
Yeah.
more about the technology a little bit later, but you can see, and I think I've shown you the drops. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And we have an amazing testimony group called vitifyresults.com. And I
Yep.
will make sure that you have that copy, so you'll be able to go and visit those testimonies.
That would be good.
Just a little bit of data. I find data really interesting. And this is amazing. When I first heard of this, were you aware that the curcumin market last year alone in 2023 was $80.6 billion in sales?
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, lots of people are sick at the moment, so they want something to help them feel better.
Well, what
Yeah,
that
but I
tells
never
me is,
knew that though. Yeah.
yeah, what that tells me is people are aware that
Yeah.
there's lots of
Yeah.
products out there, and so that's great, because there is over 23,000 research studies, and
Yeah.
I can share that document with you as well. But what I like that we can be a part of is, in the next 10 years, it looks like reaching 206 billion. I
Wow.
mean, how would you like to be a part of that and be on this journey with us and really touch the hearts of people with this wellness? This is just amazing.
Yep.
So where do we come? Where do we fit in with this? What's our business model? And I know that you're interested in that. I know
Yeah.
that you mentioned that that was one of the reasons you wanted to meet, was to find out a little bit more about that business
Yeah.
side of it.
Yep.
So unlike traditional business where you see all the advertisements on TV, you see lots of media, there's a lot of money that goes into all of that. Well, we as a wholesale customer and a business owner, we purchase directly from the company and then we on-sell to our customers. And then we also, like I'm doing with you now, sharing the business opportunity. So the money is kept and shared within the company, which that's
Okay.
where our financial future sits, and the rewards are just absolutely amazing. And so
Beautiful.
that brings me to options. You know, how would you feel if you could bring in some extra income to the household?
I think I'd love to earn, $10,000 a month. That would be my
You,
that would be my goal. I'm a business owner, so for me, it's like $10,000 a month. That elusive $10,000 a month, but that's what I'm looking for. That's
yes. And
however.
as you can appreciate, that doesn't happen overnight, and you
I'm
really need
sure.
a good company behind you. And that's what I'm excited about. And the people that you will be sharing and talking to, they may not all want that big goal. They may just be, you can come in with as a wholesale account.
Yeah,
You may get people that would like to sell retail.
yeah,
And then, like yourself, you're keen to look at the big picture, which is
that's right.
amazing.
Yeah,
So to keep myself
visionary.
on track, we have an amazing plan. And again, I can share more in detail with you, but the steps are there. And well, you're not in business by yourself. Oh, I think I'm saying that wrong. What is it? It's back on this side. You're in business for yourself, but never by yourself.
Yeah.
And so, but what's very special at this very moment in Australia is it's all about timing. And I saw that this was something I've never had the opportunity to be in this place. And I know I mentioned it to you earlier on a previous call before we met, of being a global founder. And this only comes about when you are launching a new country. And so from when we launch in July, you have got 12 months. So if that's something you've got your eye on, again, I'll share more later with you. But that's pretty special to be a part of a very exclusive group and getting that extra income. So where do we go from here? Well, we open up a world of opportunity. You get to choose. You get to choose your investment kit. And I say investment because you're investing in a big picture here. You're investing in your vision, your wellness. And so there's some kits to choose from. I think you've already got your eye on one, haven't you, Lucia?
I have, yeah, yeah. I'm going to detail. Bring in the big guns.
Bring on the big guns.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I'm investing in my
and you
business.
mentioned that you've already spoken to people and you've got people
Yeah,
ready to
I've
get
got
on this
three ladies
product.
waiting. Yep, three ladies in the wings. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, have a look at our next, because I'm sharing this, you're watching me go through this together as we sit and have this coffee. I really love this number 10 because this is the core of our business. So when you first come into the company, to be able to share and grow your team within 30 days, there is so much reward on offer for you and your new people. And to be able to get your investment back and help these people have that same opportunity is very, very special. So the rewards keep going on and on and on. And we are a lovely community. So I might just pause there for a minute. I've done a lot of talking and I probably wouldn't do all that talking, but I know we are running to a time limit tonight, girls, but I just wanted to kind of try to get through the 10 points. It may not have gone quite as fast as that,
Great.
but I'll pause now and come off mute and give me some feedback. And yeah, what did you think?
Do you want to stop the recording, Jen?
I think that Juzzy will have to do that.
I think it's a fabulous document and I think we can personalize it and utilize it. If you've got 20 minutes, you can run through it in 20 minutes. If you've got an hour then you can do that. I think it's something to practice and sit down with and role play with your partner or a team member.
Yes.
And it could be that you ask the question of them beforehand, if they're definitely not interested in one or the other of the facets of the business, although you can't have that. If you're interested in the business, then you're interested in the product. But if you're not interested in the business and just the product, then you can just focus on that. So I think it has many different facets of usefulness, and as a resource, I think it's a wonderful thing to show your professionalism and to be succinct in respecting their time that you have as a coffee appointment or an online appointment. I think it's excellent. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you, Roberta. This is also something that you could practice within your own team. And also, just to put it out there, Roberta, we had a team meeting earlier tonight, and we decided that we wanted to give everyone some homework to at least practice on 5 people this week. And, you might get someone join if there's some people that you're just putting it out there to say, look, can I just ask, I've been given a challenge and I just need to practice this new document that we're, putting into place to just give me more confidence in my business. And but definitely, make it your own, let it flow, talk out loud, practice, but make it fun, make it really,
And I think also what it will do as representatives of the company, and often finding ourselves in positions where we might have that chance to, speak about, like, if you've got 10 minutes, can you just stand up in front of the people here at the restaurant that I'm a part of and show me what it is that you've got? And if you've rehearsed this enough, then it should be sort of almost verbatim, and you can just use the frequency and it's almost what do you call it, rote. It almost becomes rote to you, that you just it just rolls off the tongue. So it's almost like a Golden Drops presentation on 2 pages.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the idea, Berta.
And that's why
Hi everyone, it's Bernadette here. How you going?
Yes. Hi.
That was amazing. Thank you for that. I was just going to say, how in our guides we've got scripts and things like that for talk. I was just wondering, is there any way that we can have a script for this? I know, so that we are consistent in I know the pictures are there, but when you talk, it's a little bit different when you have to explain things sometimes. So I was just thinking, if we had a script so that we can build on and make it our own, but at least it gives us consistency in the information that we are providing, and we're giving the right information and the right sort of, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I'm just saying, maybe if we had a script, we can build on it and then just make it our own. But that way we're all sort of on the same page in terms of, information sharing.
Yeah. So Bernadette, my intention was, this is your script. So this is your script. Okay. So you can all ad lib. And
yes,
so
that's what we do.
Virtually just filling in the gaps. You're really taking them on a journey. You're filling in the gaps. And that's the point 1 takes you to 2, to 3, to 4. So even on a phone conversation, you can give them a little bit of, very brief about the company, and then about our flagship product, and about the business, and about the earnings. Like, you wouldn't go into a lot of detail, but if they're right in front of you, you would have this. They can see it. I practiced this afternoon on a lady. She bought 3 bottles. She's just a customer. And I said, do you mind? I've got to do a training on this tonight. Do you mind if I run through it with you? And she was just so impressed that she got a big overview. And I just followed through the numbers, and you fill in the gaps. Scripts are really hard to write because no one wants to read someone else's words. And I see this as you filling in the gaps. Your personality will come through. Everyone knows what to say now. We're
Mhm.
just giving you the gap, you know, you're filling in the gaps. So if you want to say
Okay.
something about, you know, the product, you know enough about it, you know, solving the problem. You know enough about, like, this was a good little insert about the data. You know, the business model is there. If you get any questions, is it pyramid? No, it's not pyramid. That's illegal. And we have a true business model. So,
Mhm.
so you
Okay. Okay. All right. I guess there are dot
place
points
of
there,
the
and
script. Yeah,
okay. Okay. All right. Thank you.
yeah. But, you know, happy to work on scripts, but I find scripts hard to follow. I would rather, if you learn the business, then your natural ability will come through in your knowledge.
Yeah, can I just add to that? I hadn't done the PowerPoint presentation in a long time, and last night I went and did it. And so, you know, like we think you don't need to live up to somebody else's way of doing it. Like watching Rebecca do it, watching, you know, a lot of people do it. But I watched her one from last week, and I took a few notes, but it's mine. You
Yeah.
know, like, and you find your way. And so the more you watch them and the more that you do it. And I actually even had an idea for people. They may not want to present it live like we do it, but if they want to practice doing the presentation in a group setting, because I was sharing that today for me to my lead, saying I did this presentation last night, you know, and I just think, you know, it's a really good way, you know, like you're learning how to say things,
Yeah.
you know, because it's just by practice, you know, like we will all find our own way to explain it.
Yeah.
Having this guide will just make sure that we don't miss something, we
Yeah.
don't forget something, and we've got it all in front of us, and it shows the person, oh, they've got all these tools. Oh, that'll be easy. I can do that.
Yes.
You know, because
Exactly.
you don't have to do it as perfect as what Jennifer just did it then. And Lucia's the perfect new person. Has already got 3 people signed up. Like in a perfect world, that's awesome, but that's not going to happen. You know that. So, you know, like, you know, but you can just say, you know, we've got our disruptive wellness group, you know, started in 2017. You know, where sales are growing all the time. We've got, you know, 50,000 distributors, and we're in 5 countries. Like you just basically read what it says to get yourself started, you know, and then you'll elaborate as you get more confident with it.
I see this as a tool to validate yourself, like the individual. I really do. I see it as each and every one of you using this to bring out the best in you. And that's what it's meant. That's why we've created it, is because of that very reason, is that you have all got qualities that other people are attracted to. You know, I don't resonate with everyone, but I'll just bring my you know, energy and my personality to it. So I've still got that process to follow though. So we're all going to present it the same way. I think it's just a fabulous tool to bring out your qualities, your leadership qualities. So yeah, and everyone has them. Everyone has them.
It's a classic, especially for new people, you know, learn by teaching tool. And you know, you learn by teaching others, and being open at the beginning of it too, saying that, you know, I'm new to the business, but I've got this to follow. So that really helps me to cover everything. I think the other thing too is to be mindful to make it make it conversational, but also to include them in the conversation by asking them questions. And so you could preface it by you know, asking them, have they been involved in this kind of business before? Okay, what is it? Please share. Have you had some great success with it? What one did you love the most? You know, ask those all sorts of questions, so that, you know, there is sort of the conversation stick, where at the end of it, you just don't feel like you've been a barrage of blah, and she hasn't actually said or contributed to the conversation at all. So I think, you know, in relation to wellness, and certainly curcumin, you know, have you heard of curcumin before? Yeah, I take it. Oh, fantastic. What product do you take? Yeah, I used to take that one too. Well, you're going to love what we've got here, and I'm so excited to show you why. So, you know, there's just so many wonderful questions I think we can also pose and have ready because the quality of a good conversation is the quality of the questions that you ask. And so I think as part of our homework here, we could also have some pertinent questions, you know, to get them to open up and, you know, feel like they are contributing.
And that will also help with a script, you know, so the document is here, but we could also have a document that just are questions to ask.
Yes. Yes, or be sure to cover these questions. There's
Yeah.
sort of, there's bound to be, you know, 5 really critical questions that as part of this process, and it could be the one that winds it up at the end on a scale of 1 to 10. How does this sit with you?
Yeah.
10 being excited and 3 being a bit ho-hum. So, and then ask, oh, well, what would it take for you to feel more like an 8 or a 9 in this scenario? Because there's so much about this based on the conversation that we've had that feels like, you know, this could be really something that you could run with. So again, we've got a bit of work to do, but I certainly know that, you know, tomorrow we could just grab it and run with it and have some great times with it. I'd like to thank everyone who contributed to it.
I raced through it with Lucia because of the time. I wouldn't have normally talked that fast, and I definitely would have asked more questions and enjoyed the whole process. So you really want to enjoy each step and definitely ask the open-ended questions. Yeah.
Yeah. And they get a feel for, you know, the support and the leadership and the kind of company that they're involved in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else got any moments that came out of that? Could you see this working for you? Who would like to share?
Jean, can I just ask, I've only got the 1-page one.
Oh,
Is a 2-page one in there somewhere that I've missed?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the guide. In guide 12. There's the
Okay.
1-page PDF and the 2-page PDF.
Right, I've got the 1 page. I just didn't realise the 2-page was in there.
So that means there's 3 pages altogether.
Okay. I shall go in and check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good to read, Angela. Andrew's really excited to use it, and we are super grateful. That's beautiful. That's
Fantastic.
Yeah, I love the idea of it because sometimes, you know, when you get excited and you're talking to somebody and you'll forget if you've covered something, or, you know, like you'll go back to it, or even, you know, as a leader and I'm doing a 3-way chat, you know, with somebody, and, you know, they'll be saying things and I'll be saying things, and, you know, we'll be talking, you know, and then I've got this to bring me back to make sure that I've covered, you know, those points. So I'm really grateful for it as well, because I think it's just, we've got, you know, and, you know, sometimes those calls are quick calls because everyone's busy, you know, you're in the middle of something, or, you know, that could be a last minute call, you know, so it's just something that helps you to stay focused.
I've only got the 1 page in front of me. I haven't had a chance to print off the 2-pager. Is there mention that we're in pre-launch on the 2-pager?
No, because it's a general, it's probably
It does talk about the Global Founder Program, number 8, being
sensitive.
time sensitive.
Time sensitive.
Yeah.
That's your prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
prompt. Yeah.
yeah, that's your prompt. I'll just go back to this again. So this is your 1-pager, and this is your 2.
Yeah. Well, I
And
guess,
so
you know, the pre-launch is only for another 8 weeks.
Yeah, don't really need it.
The 2,
Hallelujah.
Yeah, but we've got until July next year
Yeah.
to
the
achieve
2
that,
yeah.
you know, so I know we've only got 8 weeks until the pre-launch, but we've got until July next 2025.
But there's
Oh,
no
yes,
point
yeah.
mentioning it in there though.
Yeah,
No, but
that was my
you know,
point.
we can say that though.
To be.
You know,
Yeah.
like you know, like you're not going to fit every single thing
No, there's too much
on a
to put
1-page document. It's designed just to prompt you,
Yeah.
you know, and then that's the information that you guys are learning by coming to the trainings, by coming to the meetings, and, you know, and things like that. And you know, it'll prompt you, and you know, and this is perfect as well, because if there is something you don't know, they may ask questions of this, you write them down, and that's when you get organized the three-way chat, you
And
know.
also, I've deliberately given an example here of everyone buying the big kit,
I know, I love that. I saw that.
of
That
the
was awesome.
executive kit, because that's what Rebecca's been talking about. And I thought, you know, why not put it in there? Because people will follow. If you give them an example, they, you know,
Yeah.
if that's where they're going, that's where they're going. And so I just redid all the figures for that big kit. And so the 2 pages has got everything on the first page, and it's just number 9 and 10 that has been added, basically.
Yeah.
But it's just spread it all out, and a bit of the terminology is different. But for me, I was one of those people that said to Roberta, well, how much is it? Like, just give me the figures, give me the bottom line. So for me, I needed to go those next 2 steps.
I like having 9 and 10 there, because they're going to ask those questions anyway. Well, at least how much is it?
Yeah.
How much money do you make? That's what they all
So
want.
you can print these ones back to back and laminate it, but can you understand what I mean? You don't just send it out willy-nilly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be sending this out to somebody. I would, you know, be giving them information, but this would be a one-on-one thing that I would use it. Personally, that's how I would be using it.
Yeah, and if I was on a Zoom call to discuss it, I would flick it through to them right there while they're on the Zoom.
Oh yeah, while we're on the call. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that they've got it there, because I think people could read this and then prejudge it based on their lack of
Sure.
knowledge. Yeah. And you know, and perspective, and just go, oh no, this is not for me, without actually having the and Angela Teeny was wondering whether a New Zealand version for the prices could be made.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, just to change the
They can just,
Change out the kit.
Aussie prices to New Zealand prices.
Yep.
Can I ask a question?
absolutely.
Hi.
Once I tried these.
So I'm just wondering, I kind of overshare. So like if you're looking at this and say you just only had a little bit of time, what would be a good thing to kind of like lead with? Like if you've just got a little bit of time and you just want to go blah, 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 and then send them something later. What's some suggestions on, like, you know, what's something good to lead with?
Well, first of all, you've got to find out, you know, are you just talking product or business?
Business is kind of like, yeah, I guess what I'm sort of focused on.
Okay.
But obviously product is the business as well.
Yes, of course, of course. Look, really, if they're looking at a business, they've got to give you their time. They've really got to give you their time. So, you know, you can just cover a couple of things on here, but you really need to book a time to give it, you know, the validation of everything. And so I think to be able to recover your investment in a very short time and have a very simple duplicatable system and hone in on the fact of Kirkman, how the market is just, you know, going to blow out, that this is a much sought after product, but the business model behind it is going to look after people financially as well as physically. But I really need a good, you know, 20, 30 minutes to go through this properly with you.
Yeah.
Do you think you could use another tool? Like we've got a 15-20 minute presentation that Rebecca did just on the business. So you could send a video. Say we've got a revolutionary product, new business in Australia, you know, huge opportunity. I'd love to send you some more information for you to look at, and then make a time to go through it with you.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, because we've got other tools that we can use if you want to send people something, because this document, I think there's a lot of information on it. And I think there's going to be some people that love it. I know some people that love detail. But some people are going to look at this and go, oh my God, there's so much information there. It's not what it's designed for. you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got other tools in the guides, like I just said, the one that you know, Beck put together just on the business, or you
Yeah.
can send a recording on the opportunity calls on a Monday night, or
Yeah.
this Friday one,
Yeah.
and then make a time to go through or organize a 3-way chat.
Yeah.
It's one
Yeah.
of the
Okay.
ones.
And
Yeah.
when when I got my eye done today, I mentioned it to the doctor and like about the, you know, the curcumin I was taking and like that other doctors had joined, and it was just like, yeah, just amazing. I'd love to share it with you. She was like, oh yeah, absolutely. So I said, oh, have you got an email? Because it was just really, and she's South African. She's just amazing.
Oh,
Best doctor I've ever
fantastic.
seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her. I drive miles to get to her as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, what would be like a good video? I was going to just share, I think it's what's his name? Stephen Keller.
Stephen Keller,
I was going to share one of his ones from YouTube. I just thought I'd just
yeah,
send
yeah,
one of that.
absolutely. Yeah, he's got some
Yeah.
amazing videos to share.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
For
go to
sure.
vidifyresults.com because
Yeah.
that's got the 3
I
minutes.
shared that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
shared that to
See,
people.
that's on the brochure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I share that all the time, that
Yeah.
Vidify results, because it just
Yeah.
goes to the YouTube.
Mm.
It shows everything.
And the
Is
link,
that
and then
that
the
goes to YouTube, doesn't it?
yeah, and then vidifystories.com takes
Yeah.
them straight to disruptive wellness.
Oh yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, so I've got on my phone in my notes section,
Yeah, me
I've
too.
got both of those websites, and then I just
Okay.
go forward,
cool.
and I just go put my name into the disruptive
Yeah.
wellness. You know,
Yeah, because
and
I've been saying disruptive wellness on Facebook, but then obviously not
Yeah.
everybody has Facebook. I mean, I don't use Facebook
exactly,
very much
yeah.
at all
So,
anymore.
and that's where
but
your vidifyresults.com is perfect.
yeah. Okay. Yep. That's cool. Okay.
Sorry, what was that? Vidify results. But what was the other one? Vidify
Stories.
stories. Okay, thank you.
That's where it's really important to keep going to the
And
training.
then
Everything.
yeah, and then there's 30 days to rapidpro.com.
Yeah, yeah.
Which has got the
Okay.
resources as well that Stephen has put together. That's the one that's in guide 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll see that. That is amazing. It's got all of
Yeah.
these links as well.
Yeah.
So I recommend, and especially new people coming through, go into that website and go and navigate it so that you know what
Yeah.
you're referring people to, because
Yeah.
new people coming through should be going to that
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
using that as a resource.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And there's,
Cool.
there's more testimonies. There's yeah, everything. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm. And obviously New Zealand, and yeah, you can use your link. So in any country that's open, but ours isn't available yet, unfortunately. Can't wait.
When it is, then people like, so say someone wanted to buy a product, do they just go onto like the website under your name and it just gets sent out from the warehouse? Is that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's so
Yep.
cool.
And then we get customers, and oh my
Yeah.
God, it's just going to grow.
I know. Oh yeah,
exponentially.
that's so
It's going to be
exciting.
so
Yeah,
exciting.
it is.
Yeah. Yes. Hmm.
Cool.
Would this be helpful if it was done again? I'd just like to hear people's opinion. Like, give it a try, and then would it be helpful to come back and do another one?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
see, see where you're at with using it and whether there's questions then.
Yeah, like feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Because I think, like, I haven't used it yet face to face, but I'm going to use it this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so
It'll be interesting to see how
How-
people actually go with it, and then whether we need to tweak it at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
For sure.
Jen, that was a great presentation. Thank you.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. You're awesome. Throwing it together last minute.
And she's going to Cairns on Thursday.
I know. But yeah, no, pretty cool. Very good.
Oh, well, that's on
All
the
right. Well, that's 9:33. So I think we've done well. We've kept it in the hour, and yeah, I think we'll call it a night. Hey. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. All right. I'll post the recording for everybody. And so I suppose the homework was to come up with some questions, wasn't it? That you might ask 5 questions.
5 calls.
And also try it with 5 people
5
during the
people.
week.
Try it with 5 people. That's
I got a bit
5
distracted with Levi. So 5 people, 5 questions. Yeah. All right.
Good night.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
you.
Okay.